Hi, everybody. It's Stacey Tucker. How are you all doing? Today is December 2nd. Happy December. I wanted to have a chat about the month of December and the final exam that it represents in our year of 2020. And I want to thank you, Annie, for giving me a push. Annie, who is so wonderful and supportive, and a friend of mine on Instagram. And she gave me a nudge to get back on here and get out and start talking again, because I have been taking a break for about a month, and it's been really nice. I've been doing a lot of internal work, a lot of meditation, and a lot of personal practice, and it's really been amazing. And I have really shifted a lot of the dark parts. That's what this whole year has been about, right? For everyone, for the collective and individually. So I hope you've been working on shifting your dark parts, because December is and has been talked about for years as the big culmination, the big crescendo of 2020. And everyone's talking about the solstice, the event, or the influx of the cosmic light that's coming to the planet. I mean, there's so many things that are being talked about for December, and in the spiritual community, at least. And I get it, and I'm on board for sure. And I can speak a little bit about my personal experience with energy and shifting my consciousness and opening up to worlds and information that I had never even considered before, and now I think is completely normal. So I understand that evolution, the spiritual evolution of a person through a span of time, and how it relates to planetary alignments and just an idea whose time has come, right? I think that is the essence of what is going on now in our collective, is that the idea of evolving as a spiritual being, as a physical being, as an emotional being, that evolution, that idea it's an idea whose time has come. Like that, this is the time, this is now. And that is why absolutely everything is falling apart in our collective, in our institutions, in all of the things that we have seen in our outward perspective, our outside world, our macro view. All of those things are falling apart because our view of ourselves is falling apart. We are upgrading. So, and that is what this whole year has been about. And it's been about conspiracies, and it's been about viruses, and it's been about a lot of whole other things. And I get all that too, but at the end of the day, it's been about, have you done the work? And that's why December, I'm calling December our final exam of 2020, because have you done the work that was asked of you this year? And it was a lot, but it's been a crash course in soul work and spirituality. So it's like, are we ready for whatever's going to happen on the solstice? Nothing might happen on the solstice. Who knows? Nobody can predict. And that's the other thing too, is I've always loved astrology, and I've often seen the correlation, and I've seen how it does fit into a person's life and possibly their future. But I also, through this year and through the evolution of us as beings, do see its demise. I do see how astrology can be useful, yes, but the act of predicting the future through a chart, through your astrological sign, all of that is really also falling by the wayside, because that one is going to be a faculty that every single person develops through their own work. And there is going to be a lessening of seeking outside for the answers. Because that's also what this year has been. It's been an 11 month process of how do you trust and who do you trust and what do you trust? And at the end of the day, it should be your internal compass, your internal voice, and have you cultivated that relationship? And we're seeing so much of the outside world falling in ruins because that wasn't real, and so much of it was built on lies and manipulation and control of our own spirit. And so how much work have we done in these last 11 months to really connect with the truth that's within us? Because the truth within me is different than the truth within you. And the truth is as varied as there are people on the planet. And that's a good thing. We are all expressions of source, but we have to connect with that and know what that is, right? And so much of, especially this last quarter of 2020, I mean, yes, the virus and all, sure, but again, with the election and all of the draw for emotional, our tendencies to really get fired up or upset or angry or sad, and all of those emotions that are just at the surface for just about every single person on the planet right now, especially here in the US with the elections. I mean, it's just, and so I heard the other day the word initiation, and that struck me right in my heart, because that's exactly what this year has been, an initiation into, in the ancient cultures, and especially in Egypt, initiation was huge, and it was, and not everybody was on the path of initiation. It was only for those seeking the high priest title or the high priestess title, and those that were really seeking to conquer their lower selves. And initiation in Egypt was brutal. Like, they brought you to near death to prove to test you and to prove to yourself, that you are beyond, you are greater than the idea of death and all of that. And that's a different subject. But those rituals and those archetypes of the idea of initiation is still within our cells and our DNA, and it's part of how we grow as humans, right? Initiations happen in all cultures, in all different ways, at all different ages. And so we've really been in a collective initiation here this year of 2020. So I was really contemplating and thinking about that and how it pertains to my own life. And have I passed? And I still, there's still aha moments that I'm having here in 2020, and I'm sure it's the same for you. These aha moments, if we have the awareness, the manipulation that is happening on every single level. And it was so interesting. I was listening to somebody talking about the election and the idea that you can be so excited for someone to win, and then, oh, maybe they don't win, or maybe they do win, or maybe they won't win, or maybe they're not going to win, or maybe they will win. And so it's this tennis match of your emotions, but they're being manipulated, right? By so many factions that we are aware of and not quite aware of, right? And so I thought, well, hell, even no matter what side you are on in any kind of political debate, no matter who you are, right? In the US, it's like, and I know where I am firmly, but yet I also realize, oh my God, I'm being manipulated, right? So it doesn't matter. Here's me thinking, oh, those that wanted that person to win are being manipulated. But guess what? So am I, right? We're all being manipulated. And so once that truth is understood, it's very freeing, because you're like, okay, I get it now. None of it matters. Absolutely none of it matters. Because at the end of the day, it's really you having and being a guardian of your own sanity. Sri Ramka from Sri and Kira, who I do listen to on occasion, he's brilliant. And he was a psychiatrist, and then he went on the spiritual path and now is a spiritual teacher, but he has a lot of clinical psychology to draw from his background. And so he said, be the guardian of your own sanity. And I thought that was brilliant. And it's so true and simple, that anytime we are letting an outside event, especially when it's politically related, anytime we let something like that control our emotions to such an extent that it has in our country, we're gone. We've lost it. So it's time to reel it back in, as my son says, dial it in, get focused, and be the guardian of our own sanity. And in whatever capacity that looks, however that looks for you, right? So, and that is what we are going to need in December. We are going to need tools, and we are going to need a big dose of a sense of humor, to not take it all so seriously, because that also diffuses a lot of intense emotion. Humor is a great diffuser. Love it. And to know that there is a divine plan, and it is enormously wonderful. And we are going through a rocky time right now, and this is our final exam. And we'll do our best. Just like on any exam, we do our best. So I wish you the best for December. Know that all is well. You are in charge of you, and to be the guardian of your own sanity. This is your initiation. How much have you worked this year on yourself to improve your life and go after and create the timeline that you want, not what someone else wants, and not one that you're just pulled along. What timeline do you want to follow as the years progress? Because the whole world is we thought it was changing in 2020, but the whole world is changing going forward. It's like the next decade is what is the time frame of the great change. So it's not just 1 year. Everybody thinks, oh, we're just gonna get through 2020 and 2021 is gonna be back to normal. No, that's not happening either. We are done with back to normal. There's no more back to normal. It's only moving forward. And so now is the time in your final exam to say, which timeline are you going to follow moving forward? I wish you an amazing December. I'll see you somewhere on the planet for the solstice. I wish I could get to Australia, but that's not happening. So I'll have to be there in spirit. So in spirit and with much love to you all, I will see you soon. Take care. Mwah. Bye-bye.